Hello everyone, this is Rocky from Deep Sea. Today we're taking a look at the Manga Owl family of piracy sites and their connection to seemingly clean inventory, primarily chessmoba.us. For the duration of this session I'll be recording with Fiddler to be able to show you some low-level details about the communications coming out of the site. So first off, I'm just going to choose a manga I want to read. How about this one? My Adonis Daddy from Heaven. It seems as good as any. And okay, so I want to read a chapter here. You see they're listed, and if you can see the preview in the bottom, you'll see that the preview address is chessmoba.us/reader/reader/ some other bits. I'm gonna click that, but that's not where I am right now, or at least that's not where my browser is telling me I am. And anyone who was trying to measure the browser's location with, say, window.location would see this page that they've inserted here, chessmoba.us/team slash yada yada, and that you can see they even append strings that make it seem as if this was a visit from Google and an organic one at that. Um, Not only that, but you can see that there's Google ad units here. And if I continue to click through, there are additional ad units that we'll find. For example, and here's some refresh. We can see that the advertisers here have no idea that I'm actually reading manga, or I'm not on ChessMoba, and I'll show you why this is important. So I'm going to search this URL, the one that they've just sort of manufactured for me here. I can see that there's pre-bid requests here that are going out for that URL, from multiple networks. Just taking a look at this one for example, though, I can see that the bid request is showing a site.page location of chessmobile.us/team. So why this is important? Take a look at this. Let's say I just want to reload the page, right? I can't. This address that they've inserted into my history is not the one where I'm reading manga, but they configure it in such a way that anyone, who's showing ads down here is going to believe that they're on chessmobile. And here I'll just paste it again and you can see. The way that they do this is by using a script that's located on the reader/reader page. Remember that there's this reader/reader directory here at the bottom. If I copy the link address, this is what it actually nets out to. And if I visit that, yes, I am reading manga now, and it still is configured to say that I'm on ChessMoba. And you can even see that there's Manga Owl branding here. This is explained further in the post that you're probably reading now, but there's no way that this could happen unless there's a common manager between the two sites, a common designer and owner. We know there's an ownership connection here, as a matter of fact. Now, how exactly does that work? We can take a look into the logs here. Let's find the reader page. Reader/reader. Give it a second to think about everything. All right, here's the ChessMoba reader page that we went to. There is a script here that it leverages the history data replace state method to dynamically insert some bogus page URL here. And what that does is allow you for a page that's on the same host. So for like ChessMoba, they're able to say, hey, actually, I want to replace the history. It says they're on chessmobile/team or/reader rather. I want them to appear as if they're on team, and that's okay if it's within the context of the same host. But you couldn't say be Manga Owl and say, oh, I want to replace the state here with chessmoba, because that's cross domain. It's just simply not allowed. And you can even see here where it's going to append this UTM source Google and organic script, and further down the page we can see even that they're spoofing more than just that. So this is truncated. They're even spoofing values that are going to Google Tag Manager. GA NOAB. NOAB seems to be the way that they name this kind of like the script that hides the source of traffic. There's another NoAB script here. GA NoAB being, I assume, Google Analytics NoAB. We can see here that they're constructing a Google Tag Manager script URL. It has their ID here. This is, by the way, the same ID you see if you just go to chessmoba.us. So it's man, you know, there it doesn't Manga Owl creating impressions for chessmoba doesn't benefit Manga Owl unless they benefit from chessmoba gaining impression volume. So that's a pretty clear sign that they're in cahoots. Besides the evidence we have already collected that they literally own and manage both sites. But moving on, we can see that they have this weighted sample sort of object here, or it's an array rather of objects, and each option for page refer has a weight assigned to it. So that like with a certain probability, they will give you this refer. So the refers make it seem like this is a common previous location for you to have arrived at Chess MOBA from, such as Reddit, such as GameSpot forums, or an auto chess website, Steam community. So they've carefully crafted this in such a way that makes it seem like you're either a direct visitor, which is the most common paradigm, or you've come from an ad or Facebook or Reddit, and then some other long tail sites here. Right, so clearly they're taking great care here to craft and shape the traffic, both to Google Analytics and to the website itself in the form of the query string parameters that they provide, the UTM sources. Now the reason that we know that ChessMoba is related to the other sites in this family, we can simply do a replace here on the domain. Like Most Traveler, that was the next most popular one. And now instead of a team URL, it's giving me a 5 types of noodle soups you should not miss in Hanoi, Vietnam. This is yet again, so if you were an analyst looking at your run report, you just type in that URL. I'm just going to refresh the page here. It actually takes me to a travel site page. So hopefully this gives you a better idea of how the laundering takes place between Manga Owl and currently ChessMoba, but not limited to ChessMoba. They rotate likely the list of sites that's used so no one gets too much volume, and that way they can keep developing new sites and just replace ChessMoba when it gets caught up in too much bad press with a new one. But you can rest assured that we're keeping track of where actually these comics are being shown, and by using deep sea protection you can instantly be protected from any of the new sites as they appear